Hi team, I wanted to talk to you today about branding and why branding is so incredibly important for you and for your business. So one of the things that you are going to need to know how to do is how to set up your brand for yourself. All right, so why is this important? Well, when you first become a coach, you are typically having an experience of your own. You're using the products, you're sharing your experience with your family and friends, and it's usually those people, your family and friends, that are considered to be your warm market. And that warm market are the people that you reach out to initially, which is great. So this is initially how you're going to be building your team, getting yourself to Emerald, reaching Success Club 5, for the first few months. Typically around the time when you become a diamond, that is when you have pretty much used up your warm market. So all of your friends, all of your family, the people that you know from high school, your colleagues, those kind of people. That's considered your warm market. And after a while, what happens when your warm market, we say, dries up? Well, you've got to develop your cold market, and you've got to begin to build a list of people and pull people in that are attracted to you because of what you offer. So in order to attract the people that you want to work with and that want to work with you, you've really got to set yourself apart from everyone else out there that's doing this and develop your brand. Okay, so today I really want to talk to you about how to develop your brand and also how to attract your customer avatar and who that customer avatar might be. All right, so let's get started first of all with your brand. All right, what I'm going to do for you today is we are going to go over a template, and I'm going to download this template, and it's going to be attached to this presentation. It's going to be a sort of like a worksheet for you to fill out. And I have to tell you that this took me a lot of time to go over. And I sat with it probably longer than the average person would, and thought about it overnight and revised it and revisited it and sent it off to my husband and then sent it off to a friend and sent it off to, this guy who I'm doing a social media training with. And I've gotten a lot of different points of view of feedback, but I'm just telling you that that's how much time I took to really dig deep into what I want my customers' experience to be and also who I want to help. Okay, so there are a lot of different people that you can help, and you have a certain there's something very special about you that you can offer for people that nobody else can. Okay, so maybe, for example, you're a cancer survivor. Maybe, for example, you are a military spouse and you understand what it means to PCS, I think that's what it's called, to get up and move across country every other year. You understand what it's like to have your spouse in the military working, and maybe he's gone on trips for a long time. You understand that military lifestyle, so you're able to help military moms, for example. Or maybe you are a fitness instructor and you want to create a pathway for yourself in fitness. You want to create a career for yourself in fitness. And so this is, and you're supplementing your income with Beachbody. And so you know that you can help other people find the same thing. So what is it about you that is your story that is something you've done that nobody else has done, where you can go out and help other people? Okay, maybe you've lost 30, 40, 50 pounds, and you've done it with Beachbody, and you've done it by clean eating, and so you really know what it takes, the discipline that it takes every day to get up and to plan your meals and to push play even when you don't want to. You understand mentally what's going on in people's minds, and you can connect with them. Okay, I haven't never lost 40, 50 pounds, so I may not be able to connect with somebody Whereas somebody who has had those struggles in life, they can connect. Okay, so where are you able to reach out to people? All right, so for me, I want to target moms who work full-time jobs. They work the corporate lifestyle, they work in a full-time job, they are on this career path, but they're not completely entirely happy. They know that there's more out there. They don't like the idea of working for themselves. They want to create something for themselves, and they just don't have the business expertise or know how to develop a business, and therefore they lack the courage or the know-how to get started. So that's who I'm going to target. My mom also takes care of her family. She sets her family before herself. And so because of that, she's constantly on the run, taking her kids to, games and to their events and everything else. Excuse me. And so she's eating on the run. All right. So she just kind of grabs something out of the fridge and she goes and she eats on the run. So her eating habits are really crappy. And she eats a lot of junk food, so she needs help with that, all right? You get the idea? So that's who I'm looking for to help. All right, so we're going to go over how to really define, and we're going to this is why it takes a lot of time, so I'm going to go into detail about this, but it's worth doing, because once you know who it is you're going to help, your posts are going to be that much more concrete. You're going to be providing value for the people that you want to work with, that serve you and you serve them. All right. So all of your free content that you're giving away in your daily posts, it's going to be about your struggle and how you overcame it. All right. And it's going to be about how, you were, you're a military wife and you're, I don't know, I'm making up stuff, but you felt down because your husband was always gone, but then you found this community in Beachbody and that helped you to find your sense of purpose. Okay, I'm making that up. Or you were overweight and you learned how to eat clean, and so now you can help other people who are overweight overcome their struggles. All right, so this is what you're going to be posting about. All right. So moving on. So once you actually know what you're going to be posting, it just makes everything that much more. You're attracting the right customer to you, and versus you going out and inviting everybody or trying to build these relationships with people that don't really know you, and you're not really providing the right kind of value, and you're just kind of, trying to connect with everybody. You can't connect with everybody, because if you try to connect with everybody, it's going to be on a very, very vague level. It's not going to provide them they're not going to get you, and you're not going to get them. So you've really got to figure out what that deep connection is, what that deep emotional connection is for them to be able to connect to you. And that's when you're going to develop trust with them, and they're going to develop trust with you. That's what's going to help you to help them. All right. So it's got to be two-way. So once you know who you are targeting, that's when the floodgates open. Okay, and so the narrower that you can get this niche, the more success you're going to have. And some people are scared to go there because they're going to say, well, if I narrow my niche, what about all these other people? It's better if I just say that I'm going to help everyone. But that's not the case. You really need to narrow your niche, because once you narrow your niche, the more that you can narrow that niche, the more that you can target and throw the dart right at that person. And there's not just one of them out there. There are many out there. They're in groups. They are communicating online. So we're also going to talk about how to validate your niche market as well. All right. So to make sure that you're finding those people and that you're able to find who they are so that you can target them and go after them. But there is no short supply of people who need help, who are just like you, and who look for what you have to offer. So believe in that. So let's do this exercise. Let's really figure out what it is that we can offer and do that for our market. All right, here we go. Okay, now, so for the first thing, what are we going to do first? The first thing that we're going to do is we are going to create a customer avatar. So what is a customer avatar? This is the person that you want to target, okay? First thing you're going to do is you're going to make a list of their characteristics that represent the person that you most want to help. This is the person that you enjoy helping the most. Who are they? What do they like? And what do they do for fun? Okay, so here we go. Here's some things. What are their ages? All right. I can't relate to an 18-year-old anymore. I wish I could. Sometimes they're kind of fun. However, I know that my niche market are going to be older moms. They're going to be between 35 and 45. Okay, so mine is a 10-year span. So you might want to think about a 10-year span. Don't go much further beyond that 10-year span. Are they single? Are they married? Are they going through a divorce? Are they dating? What is their relationship status? Okay, what is their occupation? All right, so maybe they're a teacher. Maybe they're a fitness instructor. What are their interests? What do they like to do? Mine likes to go hiking. She loves adventure. She likes to travel. What are her hobbies? She's a group fitness instructor. Duh. And what is her personality type? Is she shy? Is she outgoing? Is she quiet? Mine is sweet with a wild side. She was a former roller derby girl in her former life because she just has, she kind of likes that rock and roll lifestyle, but she's a mom with kids, so she doesn't really fulfill or live out that. But that's her personality type. So you can take her to a party. She'd be a lot of fun. But you're really going to want to dig deep on this, okay? So think about this. What are her fears? What is she afraid of? What are her goals in life? Does she want to accomplish more? What does she want to accomplish in life? All right. What keeps her up at night? What is it that, she thinks about at night and she can't sleep? How are you going to solve those things for her? Okay. Once you've done that, that's your list. Step 2 is you're going to create a visual. And I'm also going to show you my visual of my avatar and who it is. And the reason why you want to do this is because you want to post this someplace where you're going to see it every day. And on those days where you just don't know what to post and you don't feel very inspirational and you're kind of like, what do I post today? You're going to go back and you're going to say, what would Jessica want to hear? That's the name of my girl. I have 2 girls. One is Jessica, one is Brittany. What would Jessica want to hear? Well, Jessica would want to hear. So I look and I say, this is who she is. So, and this is what keeps her up at night. How am I going to help solve that problem for her? If it's about finances and she's worrying about how she's going to pay the bills or go grocery shopping for her kids, how am I going to help solve that for her? And I'm going to let her know I was once on EBT as well. And so I know that financial struggle and I know how it feels to not be able to pick up an apple juice for your kids at the grocery store. Okay. So, and I also know how it feels to want to empower yourself to be able to pay for your own groceries. So I can relate to her and I can say, I can let her know that Beachbody has helped me come out of that situation. And that could be a post, for example. All right. So that is going to be your visual. All right. Moving on, just going over my notes. After you do this, you should be super excited to help this person because, again, you have something to offer that nobody else has. Nobody's lived your stories. Nobody's lived in your shoes for as long as you have. You are super unique, and this is your time to shine. This is your time to be able to tell everybody else, your story and how you are able to help other people. Okay, so overcome all of their issues or their problems. And it doesn't have to be all these issues and problems, but it can just be something that's inspirational or motivational. If you're that type of person that just loves to inspire fitness in others, then go for it. Keep showing workout videos or yourself dancing, doing size all of the time. Okay. So, you should be excited to do this because you're going to have this list of things that you can share. And it's going to help you feel a lot, that the whole process is a lot easier. Okay. This whole social media thing is a lot easier. All right. So you are this is step 3. You're going to revisit this every single day. So save the image on your desktop if it helps, or you can, like I have done, except we've moved and I really don't know where she is. However, I do know she is still on my desktop, but I did print her out and I haven't found her yet since we moved. But I did have her printed out in Hawaii, whatever. Put her up on a poster board, smack on the wall. That's where she used to live. And that's where I would go. I would go and I'd look at her and I'd say, hey girl, I'm going to write to you today, okay? You should be able to create content from this that makes the other person say, wow, she really gets me. That's the goal here. You want that other person to say, how did she know I was feeling that way? Okay? When I write posts like this that I'm really targeting to that person, I will get my inbox will get messages in it, and people will inbox me and say, I really related to what you said about da-da-da-da-da. I had the same issue. Can you tell me more about how da-da-da-da helped you overcome it? And I'll get like 2 or 3, messages in my inbox from posts like that. So it's a really cool way to connect with people. It really is. So the other thing is that when you do this consistently, your consistent message is going to attract the people that you're looking for, because they're going to say, wow, this Jenny girl really gets me. She really understands what it is that I'm doing or what it is that I need. Because you're going to be adding so much value to them every single day that they're going to keep coming back to your page to find out more of what it is that you're offering. All right, so just consistency again is the key for that. Once you've done all of that, you are going to make a list of your ideal coach, and they're going to have characteristics, things like that. They are confident, they're a visionary, they are driven, passionate, focused, motivated, diligent. They love social media, they don't take themselves too seriously, etc., etc. Okay, so you're going to make a list of things that your ideal coach has, and then you're going to rate yourself. Rate yourself on each item, a 1 through a 10. So if you are going to want to attract that person into your business, you need to be the best example. All right, so what characteristics do you want them to have, and how are you leading by example in those areas? So if you find that you are wanting to attract a certain type of person, yet you are weak in those areas, that's okay, all right? But that is also your invitation to improve yourself, to improve upon yourself in those areas. So for example, if blogging is something that you want your coach to have, you're also going to need to become a master at blogging and learn how to blog and learn how to market a little bit better, because again, leaders lead by example, and then that's going to attract the type of people that you want in your network. So what you're ending up doing here is you're going to be building a team or a tribe of people who are carbon copies of you. They are just like you. They love the same things that you do. They have the same struggles as you. They have the same sense of humor as you. They're just going to be like you. So if you look at my team is comprised of fitness professionals. We are also moms. We are also people who love to dance. We are also people who love life and adventure, and we like to have fun, and we support one another, and we just don't take ourselves too seriously. We know how to joke. We are thirsty for it. Offers us a life that we can create, a life by design, and we are overall just good people, good women. All right, so that's who my team mostly is comprised of. And look at your teams. Who are you attracting, right? They're going to most likely be like you, because you are your brand. All right, so this is your customer avatar. That's the first exercise I want you to do. Now, the second one is going to be a little bit more intense, but this one I really want you to focus on. Please give yourself at least 2 hours. And I really beg of you to do this, because this one is really going to help you define exactly what it is that you promise to your customers and to your coaches, and exactly who your target market is. Exactly. It's an incredible worksheet, and I will walk you through it right now. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to walk through this branding strategy template. Now, I have been going through the Practical Social Media University with Steve McDonald, and for any of you who are looking to really get your like page up and running, to connect it to a blog, to pull in more leads to your like page, and really, break through to a new market, to a cold market, and really build up your cold market, this is how you're going to need to do it, okay? So I was able to build myself to 2-star using my warm market. Once I got to my warm market, once I got to 2-star, my warm market had pretty much been, I had gone through all of them. Now, what I didn't do during that time was think about pulling in new leads. Okay, so once I realized that I had used up my warm market, I was kind of like, oh shit, right? And I had to figure all of this out. And I'm telling you that it took me about 6 months, because there are several ways that you can do this. There's Instagram that you can use. There's Pinterest that you can use. There is, there are YouTube and Twitter, and now there's Periscope. So there are a lot of ways that you can focus your efforts on social media. Now, I had to figure out what mine were. I like Facebook. I've been using Facebook for a while. It's what I started on with social media. Now, I was pretty much just using my Facebook wall, but what I needed was to really focus on my like page. And while I was posting on my like page, I was pretty much I didn't have any brand strategy. I was just pretty much like throwing darts out there and hoping that the spaghetti would stick on the wall. And, sometimes it would stick and it would get a little bit of traction and a little bit of people looking at it here and there, but nothing really ever totally took hold until I really buckled down and figured out what my brand strategy was. So that's what I invite you to do. And this is what's going to help you break through and be able to really reach and expand on your cold market. And then once you know what your brand strategy is, take that to your favorite social media platform, whether it's Instagram or Twitter or YouTube or whatever, or a combination of all of them. So, but we always say just pick 2. Pick 2 to start off with, whatever it is, and really learn how to use those 2 before you add in anything else, okay? So be a master at those 2. All right, so you've got your, the first thing that we're going to talk about is your mindset target, all right? So this is the type of people that you are targeting, okay? So I'm going to give you the example that the Practical Social Media University uses. And this is who he targets. So he targeted me, all right? So this is who he targets. The solopreneur that has too much to do in a day already, has no formal marketing expertise, no marketing staff, and no dedicated marketing budget, but great aspirations for success. Yes, that sounds like me, right? So that's who he targets. That's his mindset. He's like, I'm going to go after those people. And he did. I found him on Facebook because he was so specific. And so that's your mindset target. All right, so my mindset market, okay, this is who I target. Mine is the full-time working mom who is overworked and underpaid and is looking to escape her 9-to-5 lifestyle. She puts the needs of other people before herself, and as a result, she finds herself eating fast food on the run. She has 10 to 15 pounds to lose. She needs energy, vitality, and feels that she has a greater sense of purpose. She desires to work from home, yet lacks the formal expertise in developing a business. Okay, that's my mindset market. That's who I am going after. Now, we're going to talk about your emotional brand intelligence. Now, okay, some of you have heard about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And basically what it is, it's like a pyramid. And it talks about how before you can offer somebody, a sense of freedom and self-esteem and, a sense of belonging, you have to fulfill a basic need for them first. So the very bottom of this pyramid, the very basic portion of this pyramid is their physiological needs. So this is breathing, this is food, this is water, shelter, clothing, and sleep. That's the basic level. That's what they need first. Then after that, you can go up to safety and security. So this is where we begin to get into the emotional brand intelligence that you can offer. You can offer safety and security. How do you do that? Because you're offering health, you're offering employment, you're offering prosperity, family, and social stability. Okay, so everything that we do in Beachbody, we offer health, we offer employment, we offer prosperity, we offer social stability by forming our community that we the wellness community, or the challenge groups or the coach, the team vitality page. So whatever it is, we're offering that safety and security for them. Above that, you have love and belonging. So this is friendship, this is family, intimacy, and a sense of connection. Again, we're touching on all of that right there. Above that, you're going to have self-esteem. So this is confidence, this is their achievement, respect of others, and the need to be a unique individual. Okay, so that's what we're doing there as well. We're giving them, we're empowering them. We're helping them build their confidence, their self-esteem, okay, giving them that sense of worth that they have. Well, if we're talking about my emotional brand intelligence, because that's who I'm targeting. Okay, and above that, you've got the very tip of the pyramid, which is self-actualization. Now, this is your morality, the creativity, the spontaneity, acceptance, experience, purpose, meaning, and inner potential. Again, this is something else that I touch on in my brand promise, that I am going to help them fulfill their purpose and their help them live a life by design. So that's creativity, and we're touching on all of those emotional needs. All right, so that is your emotional brand intelligence. Now, let's move on. Your marketing opportunity examples. And I'm going to give you this template, so don't worry about it, because I know that for me, that's I'm a very visual person, so it's going to be an important part of looking at this. But the market opportunity examples. These are the shortcuts that you're promising them. So it's like the short little version of it. So for example, his examples are peace of mind, the immediate executive stature, natural rejuvenation. Okay, so these are short little examples of what you are promising them. All right, so my market opportunity is the full-time mom will increase her fitness level, find family balance, develop a successful business, create a life by design, fulfill her life purpose, go on adventures, have meaningful relationships with family and friends. Now, next we're going to talk about the brand promise. So we just talked about the market opportunity, which is the short version of what you are promising. Now we're going to talk about the brand promise. This is what you would tell a friend as if you were talking to them. Just, very casually. So here's the question you can ask. What is it that your company promises to do for your customers? So for me, I help full-time working moms create a home-based business that affords them flexibility for family, financial freedom, and a greater sense of purpose, all while keeping health, fitness, and self-improvement as a priority in their life. Oh my gosh, don't you love that? I love it. Oh, that's your promise. That's what you do. So when someone asks you, what is it you do? This is what I do. Great. Yeah? So a couple of other things that we're going to talk about is your point of difference. How is it that you're different from everybody else? Okay? And what is the emotional driver? So my point of difference is that I offer expert advice, guidance, motivation, and inspiration to run a thriving self-improvement fitness business and build internal strength. Reason to believe, because I am backed by an international team of successful and vivacious mompreneurs. And my emotional brand intelligence is since we understand how motherhood and a full-time career can limit the opportunity for self-development and self-fulfillment. Okay, that is my brand strategy and my brand strategy platform. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to post in here the template, and I really encourage you to work through this. Like I said, it should take you a minimum of about 2 hours. So really dig deep on all of this. Really take the time to figure out what it is that you are promising to your mindset, and who is your mindset? You know, who is your target market? All of that. Let's just get started with these 2 exercises. The first one, which is creating your customer avatar. The second one, which is your brand strategy platform. All right, I hope that this really helped you to figure out what your brand is and who you're targeting. And if you have questions, please feel free to message me or give me a call, text anytime. All right, thanks team. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.